It's waifu time for the second day, well, second review of Kasumi, my favorite waifu from the DOA series. Today we're gonna have a look at the Max Factory DOA Kasumi figure all the way back from the year 2005, and as you can tell, I have a couple, but I'm just gonna have a look at the white one. The other ones are all the same for some small differences here and there, but we'll have a look at that right now. Okay, maybe not immediately right now. First, I want to have a look at the one I have out of the box, obviously. I want to keep the other one in the box. Just for the record, if you're wondering, I can't... It's just like, I decided on one way back in the day, and I have a little bit of backstory on this in a bit, but first, let's have a look at the size real quick. She stands at about 20 centimeters to the top of her head, which means she's about 8.2 inches tall, if you're looking at the ruler and the top of the hat. And should I leave them in the backdrop? I kind of like this backdrop. Overall look and design of the figure, it is definitely Kasumi. We got the costume 2, which is the same one as the black one and this Hollywood blue one, which is a whole story on its own. But the thing about the second costume is that she doesn't have the big puffy arms, and you also have some armbands that go up, which the blue one, the regular blue one, does not have. But other than that, it's exactly the same, just with a different paint job. White, black, and the Hollywood blue. Now, for the figure face sculpt, it is very much anime. It is, see, she has such big eyes, which I like. I mean, back in the day, and a lot of backstory in this one. Back in the day, this was the Kasumi figure. This was the one, because honestly there wasn't really that many other options, but the fact is this one was so iconic. I remember seeing this one on forums, I remember seeing this one in stores, and just being like, being a guy who started playing DOA with DOA 2 all the way back in 2000 on the PS2, yeah, and she becoming my waifu back then, I needed to have this one. And the fact is, I bought it as a bootleg for like cheap on eBay, because the real thing was expensive. Paying like 75 bucks or something for this was a little bit out of hand. So I got a bootleg, and I had that bootleg for a while, but I didn't like it because it wasn't the real thing. I wanted the real thing. I don't want a bootleg, I want the real one. So I got the real one in a store in Germany, and since then my life has been complete. No, I wish, but it's been a lot better. So for the body type, obviously you have the big boobies, that is the fan service of DOA. The paint job is really nice and clean. For the white, we have a little bit of metallic, which seems to be a common theme, especially in the armbands, but like the pads over here, the padding, is, as you can tell, in a lot more muted tone. Also, mine's a little bit yellowing, because once again, I had her since like, not 2005, but I think 2007, 2009-ish, standing around. And there's tons of wrinkles in the outfit, which makes it look very good. And the hairstyle also. I mean, we just recently had a look at the Kotobukiya one. With the hairstyle, it looked good, but look at the detail over here. Look at how nicely the hair flows down her shoulder. There's also shading in it, and there's not much more than you can ask for in this. It's kind of hard to turn around because of the base, which you can remove, but I don't have a screwdriver at hand right now. So overall, more look at the wrinkles, heck of amount of detail in it, and the butt obviously is also there. You have one butt cheek kind of sticking out, and it's nicely molded for her entire dress. And then you got the sword on the back with the logo, the classic logo. I want to say the Kasumi logo. And the sword has some real rope hanging on it, which is very much appreciated. Got a little bit of gold metallic and the red with the black. Very good looking overall. And it has also a little bit of a blue tone shading going on throughout her gi. So once again, tons of shading, tons of good stuff, and tons of pantsu. Actually, can I show the pantsu? I don't. Yeah, there it is. There's a little bit of pantsu. Can't show you much more because the plastic, it is somewhat bendable, but obviously I would not want to break this off. I would have to kill myself, because this is really precious to me. I'm not even joking. But rest of the figure, gonna have a look at the arm pads, and then the stockings. are just like the shoulder arm, well, the arm bands are in metallic, so it's a lot more shiny. There's a little bit of particles going on. There's a couple of wrinkles on the top and a little bit around the knees. And as we move down to the well, foot pads or leg pads, whatever, pads. It's just in a yellow. It doesn't have like a gold metallic to it, which would have been nicer, but still, I mean, at least the paint job is clean. And we got the red and her little toes. And yeah, like the black sandal thing going on, like really just classic Japanese ninja stuff. So as far as the other versions are concerned, I got the ring light angle, so I'm hoping it doesn't shine off too much. I mean, we always have a little bit. So that's the regular edition Kasumi. As I mentioned, you got the shoulder parts of her gi, and obviously you got the iconic regular blue costume. But for the rest of it, obviously it's the exact same figure with the exact same sculpt, the exact same face, and it also looks good. But I keep it in the box, and there's even like a price point on there. Wow. From 2005, there's a phone number, from 2005. Then after that they released the, well, then they released the white one. I think they released them all pretty much at the same time, by the way. But then there's the one, that was a One Faz exclusive, from what I can remember. You got an all black box, you don't have a Kasumi picture in the front, but this is the same outfit as the white one. Just in black and gold, and actually nice gold metallic. I really kind of want to take this one out. This is my favorite. The black paint, since they added that since, what, DOA 3 or 4, I've been really a fan of the black paint job with the shiny gold, because once again, dumb people like shiny things, and I'm more of like a black color liking person. That sounded really weird, so don't take that out of context or whatever, I don't even know. And then finally, we got the Hollywood Blue. Now, wow, this one. Basically, this is just the blue, the white or the black version in the blue repaint, but with some difference in it, like the arm pads are still white, the stockings are still white. But now, what is this about? Why do we have Hollywood Blue? Apparently, they released this one to celebrate the movie. Remember the movie DOA? Yeah, the character in that movie did not have those. That was part of the problem. But I mean, that movie was actually fun. I think that movie is funny because it's stupid, it's hokey, but the costumes for the most part are pretty spot on. And actually, they follow the storyline of the games pretty well. They even have a volleyball scene in there, because it's like DOA Beach Volleyball, and they did that. I was like, that's amazing. It's stupid, but it's amazing. So yeah, that's the Hollywood Blue one. Yeah, just not much to say about this one, other than I had to have it because I had all the other ones. So finally, I want to give center stage to the white one final time without the other ones in the back, to give you my final thoughts. I mean, obviously it is recommended. Why is it recommended? Because it holds a special place in my heart. I will be completely biased to my waifu, and once again, as I mentioned, this was the figure back in the day. She has them tick bitties. She has the cute animu face, which, you know, could have gotten a little bit more realistic, but more on that in the next review. Foreshadowing. But yeah, overall, the iconic face, the iconic pose, an amazing paint job with okay, there's some paint bleeding in the red, but it's for an old figure, it holds up very nicely. And by the way, for all you guys who see this and be like, oh, I want this one, you have two options basically. In 2020, Good Smile is releasing a shiny new version of this, which it looks like a repaint. They say it's like an entirely new mode, but it's the exact same figure with like a really fancy paint job on it. And that one's expensive as heck, but obviously, I mean, you've seen, I have all the other ones, so I need that one as well. Oh, I'll rip my bank account. But also, these figures keep popping up on AmiAmi pre-owned. If it's the white one, if it's the blue one, or the black one, I got all of those from AmiAmi pre-owned in the box. As I've shown you, this is the only one I bought all the way back in Germany from like X Comics or whatever. It's just like, I don't know, we drove there. After school, we drove like, I don't know, an hour and a half to get there and to buy this Kasumi figure, and I bought some other figures. That was also the same day where I got the Devil May Cry figures from like Dante and Nero. which I reviewed a while ago. But yeah, I'm strafing way off, but this entire Waifu week, it's a little bit of story time also in it, because obviously this is more than just a review. This is kind of like me going down memory lane and remembering the good stuff and showing you some of my favorite waifu figures for the waifu, my waifu Kasumi. So weepiness is over 9,000, I know, so please bear with me. But that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Kasumi wants.